Here to do your DVD on your new Alpine camper. We are going to start in the back on the outside. As you notice, you do have a ladder on the back, so you can walk on your roof. You want to clean and condition that roof a couple times a year with a cleaner conditioner. And while you're up there, pay attention to the seams. Anything that penetrates that roof, like your air conditioner or antenna, anything, you'll see a little seam around that. While you're up there conditioning your roof, just get used to looking at that. If you ever see a crack develop in it, do not rip nothing out. Just clean it with soapy water. Go to any RV place and get a tube of Dicor. I had this highlighted on the sheet inside for you. Lay a little bead over it and self-level up. Take care of your roof. That's one of the main important things in the camper. We have your slide outs. Your slide outs are only waterproof when they're fully in or fully out. You can't have them halfway in or halfway out and have them waterproof, only fully in and fully out. If you'll notice right here, you also have, it's like a big squeegee. It takes the water off of this camper when you're bringing it inside. If it was raining outside, you want to keep them pliable. Your RV dealership does sell a spray that you spray on there and wipe that off a couple times a year. On the bottom here, you'll see little teeth on them gears. That's what pulls it back into your motor. You want to use a dry lube on them. You don't want to use anything with grease that's going to pick up rocks, gravel, anything else like that and bring it back into your slide in. Also, if you notice right down here, you have your little connection for your spare tire. You have a tool in the front that just connects to that. Turn that. That'll rotate that tire and drop it down. You have a door handle in the front. Just click it up, pop it over, get used to traveling with that on the inside of your door. LED lighting underneath your awning. I have your awning partially out, not all the way out. I ran it out earlier, but it got windy. As I'm explaining to you, awnings are not good in high winds or thunderstorms, so if you're going to go out to eat or something like that, not sure of the wind, just go ahead and bring it back in. Your adjustment is a little knob. You have one on each side. You just loosen that knob up. Pull the bottom part of the awning towards you. That'll tilt whatever side down you want to tilt down. Your storage area with the tool I was telling you about for your spare tire and your 10-foot sewer hose. Right next to your storage area is your hydraulic system and a 12-volt battery, 12-volt deep cycle battery. That deep cycle battery will charge while you're towing, and it will charge while you're hooked up at the campsite. On your, as your level things here, as you know, I've got your slide outs out, so your levels dropped a little bit down. When they come back in, that is going to raise a little bit. And if your hydraulics actually quit working, on the inside of the camper in that blue bag, you have a little tool that you will push right back in the back of this motor and take a drill. You'll be able to work your slide outs and your automatic adjustment system with a drill. You have one battery disconnect right here, which is for this battery right here. So if you're in the storage area, just switch that to the off position. .110 electric out front. Your storage area in the front, you have another 12-volt battery, deep cycle battery, same as the other one, and another battery disconnect. Right here you also have an inverter. What this inverter does and what it tells me is you have a full-size refrigerator on the inside. When you're towing your camper, you're going to want to come over to this power switch, turn that on while you're towing. That transfers that 12-volt battery to 110, so your refrigerator on the inside stays running and it stays cold. Continuing around the camper, 2 30-gallon propane tanks. They are full. I have your selector switch right here pointing at this tank. This tank is open. When this tank goes dry, this is going to turn red. You're going to close this tank off, switch this switch over to this tank, open this one up, close that one up, and then go get it refilled. Your automatic leveler system. Right here is all the information you need on it on the side of it. Right up here is your on and off switch. To power it on, you're just going to turn it on. You have an auto level. And if you notice right here, there's a retract button. If you touch that retract button, anything you hit over here, the front, the rear, the left, the right, is going to automatically retract. With that light off by the retract button, anything you hit over here is automatically going to raise. Like if I got the retract button off right now, I'm going to hit the front, it raises that front up, just like it's doing now. Now once you pull your camper in, you're going to raise this up, get it off your truck, and then pull your truck out of the way. Then you're going to come over here and hit auto level. The reason I'm telling you to get your truck out of the way is because this thing's going to take a nosedive to find ground zero, and you don't want your truck being there so it comes down and crushes the front of your truck. Other than that, all your information is right here on the side of the camper, right below it. Storage area on the other side. You do have a little light on each part of the storage areas. And then your water connections. You have satellite prep and stuff up here. You got your fresh water connection. Your hose is going to run here. You have a little thing down at the bottom you can bring your hose up through, attach it in here. Now to fill your tank, you're going to switch it over to tank. Once your tank fills up, you have an overflow in the back of this camper, you're going to switch this back up to the normal position. To run off of city water, the city is straight down. You're going to take this and turn it all the way straight down, hook your hose up in here, turn it on. It's already pressurized. You do not need to use your water pump. So in hindsight, if you're running off of your tank water, you need your water pump to pressurize it. If you're running off of city water, you do not need to use your water pump. Got your water heater bypass right here for winterization. You have your curly Q hose right here that's going to connect right into this to give you an outside spigot. You have a black tank pull, a gray tank pull, and another gray tank pull over here off to the side. You also have your low point drains right here, red for hot, blue for cold for winterizing. You also have a black tank flush. What that black tank flush does is you're going to hook up a hose to there, open up your black tank valve, turn it on, it activates some jets that'll wash off them sensors on the inside of your black tank. Moving on, this is the exit for your heater, your furnace. That will get a little bit hot. They do recommend putting a screen over top of it to stop bugs, wasp, anything from building a nest in there. Coming over to your water heater. You have an electric switch down here on the bottom. If you do have an electric switch on the inside, once you get to your campsite, you can turn this on and leave it on. Your one on the inside is going to override it. You got two thermal overloads right here, so if this water heater does not turn off at a certain temperature, one of these is going to kick out. You just let your water heater cool off, come out here, press them back in to reset the temperature. And right here you have a nano rod. Your system is winterized right now. This nano rod is going to go into that plug hole right here. What this nano rod does is it takes out any impurities of the water you put in your system. In about 1 year, it's going to be all ate up, about the size of a pencil. Just go ahead and switch it out. It comes attached to the plug. Down here you have a tube to store your hose in, your sewer hose, and your hose connection right there that your sewer hose is going to band that connect onto. Vent for your back of your fan over top of your stove. Here is your water flow overflow for your water. When you fill up your tank, it's going to vent out of here, come out of there. That's going to let you know you're full. And you have a 50 amp power supply. Now that 50 amp power supply will run everything in this camper. It's telling me you have 2 air conditioners in there, or you're set up to have 2 air conditioners. This is also your 50 to 30 amp connection. That'll run everything in your camper plus 1 air conditioner. You need 50 amps to run 2 air conditioners. 30 amps will run 1 air conditioner. You can also get a 30 to 15 amp adapter, plug this in your 110 at home. That'll run everything in this camper except air conditioning. You have to have 30 amps to run 1, 50 amps to run 2. So we are going to shut this camera off, and I am going to walk inside and start on that. Okay, we are now on the inside of your camper. As soon as you walk in the door, you're going to come over and you're going to see a cabinet. You're going to open up this cabinet, and that's where your control boards are. If you walk right over to here, you'll see your screen. It's an electronic screen. You're going to press it to power it on. You're going to see some numbers come up. And you're going to put in your code. Your code right now is 0000. It turns it on. You can scroll this up and down to get the different things, and you have your water pump connection, your water heater, your interior lights, your exterior lights, and your security lights are all on the bottom. You can also turn them on and off with just a touch of your finger on top, like the living room lights. Turn them off, turn them on. Interior lights on and off. Kitchen, dinette, awning, awning 1, in and out. Hydraulic slide rooms in and out. Your bed slide in and out. Your hitch work, you can lower raise from in here, and you got a menu that tells you everything on it. Now your awning, I'm going to go ahead and shut off the light for your awning because we had it on outside, and I'm going to run your awning in. You can hear your awning tighten up. That's the way when you know your awning's all the way in. You do not have to tie it down or nothing. Right next to this is your inside fan button, which is your big fan right up top. Right next to this is your power fan that's cut into your roof. You have a fan on and off switch, and you have a raise and lower to lower that hatch. You have a light switch on the inside right here, and you have heated holding tanks, fresh, gray, and black. Also on this board, you can tell how much is in everything by just looking at these little dots. You got fresh 1, black 1, gray 1, and gray 2. If them are full, the fuller they get, them little dots are going to circle up and close up and collar. Very simple. Down below it, you have your fuse box. You have assorted 15 amp fuses, just like a double amp fuse that you get at a car dealership, and you got your breakers right here on top. So if something's not working in this camper, look down here, see if you see a little red LED light, because a little red LED light will come turn on right next to the fuse that's blown. You also will be able to see that through this black screen. Going up to your thermostat, you have 2 modes in here on your thermostat. Your power switch is right here. Your zone is right here. I have you in zone 1 right now. Just tap it again, it'll go to zone 2. Your mode is going to tell you whether it's in fan mode, air conditioning mode, or heater mode. Your temperature control is up and down right here, and you have a fan mode right here and a clock. Very simple. Going into your bedroom, you have a TV in your bedroom. Emergency exit right here. You just pull this down, push it forward. That opens up that window. You have a black tab or red tab right here, excuse me, that you're going to pull to exit. Carbon monoxide. Your heat is vented through the floor. Your air conditioning through the roof. Light switch for your main bedroom. You have an antenna right here you're going to crank up. Now if you'll notice right here, you have 2 arrows. They're lined up together. So you're going to crank this up. You're going to be able to pull this bottom plate down and rotate that to get a better picture. Just remember to line up them 2 arrows when you bring this antenna back down. That tells you the direction that antenna is laying on top of your roof. Light switches over your bed. Storage under your bed. Carbon monoxide detector. Storage area with drawers. Vacuum cleaner and extra set of chairs. You do have a plug right there for your vacuum cleaner. Continuing on into the bathroom, you have your main GFI for your camper right here in the bathroom. So if something's not working and it's not in your fuse box, go ahead and reset this. Sometimes the GFI will partially trip, not fully trip. Light switch. Vent in your ceiling with the fan button. Shower. Just remember to have this hooked up when you're traveling so this door don't slide back and forth and break. And your toilet. Just remember, lightly down on that pedal will fill that bowl with water. All the way down on that pedal will flush it. You do have an extra door besides the bedroom door to get into your bath. Fire extinguisher by the door. Light switch and thermal control. You have a full-size microwave and a wine rack up top. Now your stove, you're just going to turn it to light, click the sparker, the light's up. Now I do recommend, if you're hauling with your gas off, to use a grill lighter to light the stove with first, so you are not wearing out your striker. Light switch. And your covering for your stove. Just make sure your stove is cooled off before you bring this covering back down. Now your oven lights the same way as all typical ovens. You're going to rotate this to pilot. Down below you got a thermocoupling on the right hand side. You're going to take your grill lighter, light that, turn that to pilot, press it in, hold it in for about 10 seconds, purge any air, let go of it. You'll be able to turn it up to the temperature you want. You do have a full-size refrigerator with your controls for your temperature for your freezer and your refrigerator up top. Right here is a little connection that goes in between these two doors right here, and you're going to want to put that in when you're hauling so your refrigerator doors don't come open. TV, full-size TV. You do have the straps here to strap this as you're traveling. I would recommend getting a wash rag or something and putting in between that buckle and your TV. Not a sponge. A sponge is dry and can crack it. I would get just a clean rag and put it in between the TV and that buckle so it does not scratch your screen. You have a DVD player right below it. Your sound bar is right below that. Your sound bar, you can run your TV through. The information is in the pamphlet. You can also use your Bluetooth on your phone and stuff and run your music through. Then you have your fireplace down below. Your fireplace down below is remote. It has a dimmer switch, temperature control, heat control, and a timer. You can time this up to 8 hours and it'll shut off by its own. Recliners. Two recliners right here. Your button to connect them, to extend them, is right here. You have a pull-out bed right here. It is not a jackknife. This actually pulls out to a full-size bed. You just remove these top two cushions, bring this back part up, and it pulls right out. Light switch for that area. LP gas detector. What that does is that detects LP gas leaks. So if that's chirping, it's direct wire to your 12-volt battery. It just means that your 12-volt battery is running down low. If you're not plugged in outside, plug it up to your truck, start your truck, charge it back up. If that's constant, get out of the camper, turn off the gas, open up the doors, let it air out, and then come in and check your knobs on your stove. Most of the time somebody's leaned up against one of them knobs on the stove and didn't realize it. Light switch. Your other light over here, you can turn it off with the button as long as you have it turned on your computer screen that I showed you as soon as we got in the camper. Stepping back into your back area, which is also a small toy hauler area, you do have a TV on the inside here also. Got your jack supports right there. This does lift up to give you more room to attach right in there. It is recommended if you have nothing in here to haul it in the down area. 110 electric, another fire extinguisher in the back. Your door on the outside, which is just a simple pull handles to bring them down. Up here, you have one up here and then one down there. That's your vent. So if you're hauling anything with gas in there, you're just going to grab this vent and squeeze the handle and push it out. The same with the bottom. That circulates this air through here so you do not get gas in the back. Also, your camper is equipped with what they consider a tension blinds. You can travel with them in the up and down position. Just notice that right here on the corner you got a couple screws. If you ever lose tension in these blinds, just loosen them screws up, pull them strings down, tighten them screws back up, puts tension right back in them. Light switch for the back area. So that completes your DVD for your camper. We at Home and Motors thank you for shopping with us, and enjoy your camper.